Hi guys.
So today we're going to be doing something similar to what we normally do. We're going to be on a Reddit page, obviously, but this time it's going to be r/relationship advice, and we're going to be reading a couple stories again. But it's not like am I the asshole? It's just they're going to just tell us it and be like, what do we do and stuff. And that's basically it.
The first one is, girlfriend 27 female wants kids, but I 25 male realized I don't. My girlfriend and I have been officially together for 4 months. She's my first serious girlfriend. Things have been great and we clicked as soon as we met. The only problem is that she wants kids and I realized I don't. Very early on, we had a discussion about if we wanted kids. She made it clear that one day she wants kids, but due to her career and education, it's off the table for the next few years. I've been on the fence about kids for a while, but was never totally for or against having kids. Having kids felt like the natural progression in a relationship to me. With the recent political, economic, and environmental situation, it made me question if I really wanted kids. I made sure to tell her that I was unsure and hadn't made up my mind. She acknowledged my feelings and we moved on. Fast forward a few months, and the topic of having kids has been brought up a few times in passing. She sent me TikToks of parenting videos mentioning our future kids and other comments about kids. These have started to make me rethink my stance of having kids. What made me realize I don't want kids is spending time with young children and babies. Most of our friends have children already, and as a result, I have spent more time around my kids in the past few months than I have in my entire life. After some reflection and thinking, I have come to the conclusion that I don't want kids. I know that I should end the relationship, as it's not fair for either of us to continue if we have differing views on such an important topic. My issue is the timing. I have been away for a few weeks and want to end the relationship in person. When I return, it will be in the middle of the holidays and she will be in the middle of important exams. I don't want her to fail her exams or be miserable over Christmas holidays as I still care for her. My question is, should I wait to end the relationship until after the holidays or end immediately and rip the band-aid off? Oh, by the way, this has TLDR. A girlfriend wants kids and I realized I don't. Should I end the relationship now or wait until after the holidays?
This is kind of a hard one.
It is.
Because if that happened to me, I'd want the person to say after my exams, not while during my exams.
But here's the thing, I feel like I don't fully disagree. I kind of agree with the breaking of the relationship, as children are such an important topic. As you can see, like, she's 27 years old, he's 25. It's a 2-year age difference. It's not that big.
If it's about kids and she definitely wants it and he definitely doesn't want it, then yeah, they should break off the relationship.
But how is it so easy? Because you've put love and thought into this person.
But the question's like, do I tell her now or after exams? Because even though it would hurt me, the fact that this person has been thinking this for a very long time about ending the relationship, because he's made sure, he's like, I want to end the relationship final. The fact that a person I love has been saying for a while that has been thinking for a while I want to end the relationship, I'd still want them to do it after my exams or after the most, because I want to focus at one thing at a time. I can multitask, but sometimes it's overwhelming.
After their exams. I think here's the thing. I want to say that he should tell her, but not break off the relationship. I think he should tell her something like it, but then she's going to be in denial. She's going to be thinking about it throughout her exam.
It depends how you take it. It depends what you prefer. I'd prefer for after my exams.
Same.
And I think you should say it after exams.
Yeah, I would too.
The thing is that the good thing is not good thing, but the thing that's helping out is that he's been gone for a little while as well, which makes it easier. But then during that exam period, she's gonna get attached to him again.
Why?
He's gone.
Yeah.
And then he comes back.
Yeah.
You have your exams.
Yeah.
You're hanging out during that time.
Yeah.
And then he breaks up with you, whereas you haven't seen him for a long time.
He breaks up with you.
And he breaks up with you straight after.
And you get the exam done.
And it's like,
it's gonna hurt less.
Yeah. It's like straight after he's come back, it's like the healing process has already begun. But if it's after exams, yeah.
And if it's after the exams, imagine they break up and she's gonna get her exam results. Imagine if she passed, she's not gonna even be happy.
That would be different for
It would be different, but we don't know.
I'd be like, if I passed, I'd be like, oh, I've got my life sorted out, fam. I don't need you.
But I understand. Like, here's the thing: she's 27. Like, I don't know much about science and like fertility and everything.
But it's very close.
It's very close.
Yeah.
And you could also have miscarriages and everything. And it's a long process.
And they've only been together for 4 months.
Oh yeah. Honestly, just break it off.
But it's his first serious girlfriend, and it's like, it's the fact that I don't know. It's with time. It's with her preference.
They're in 2 different time zones and I don't know why she's studying. I don't know what he's doing. Does he work?
Probably.
They're in 2 different places at the moment.
It's your preference.
Kind of like right person, wrong time.
Because either way, she'd probably have a right to be upset.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Alright, let's read another one.
Yep.
So, my fiance has been dating a woman our entire relationship.
Embarrassing.
Throw it away because I don't want this on my main.
What?
Okay. My girlfriend and I met 4 years ago. Things were great. We meshed really well and we had a lot of chemistry. We never really fought. I asked her to marry me 6 months ago. She said yes. I was on top of the world. We were making plans to buy a house on top of planning the wedding. A few weeks ago, she took a trip to see her best friend from college, Sasha. She flies to see Sasha maybe once or twice a year and has known her for a very long time. During quarantine, she road tripped. When she got back, she seemed out of sorts. I asked her if something happened on the trip, but she said no. I decided to plan a surprise party for her birthday, a video compilation of all her friends saying nice things about her for her birthday. I don't have Sasha's contact information, so I went into my girlfriend's phone while she was in the shower. I wasn't trying to snoop, but I pulled up Sasha's messages and it sprung out to me. Sasha had written, "I'm sorry I didn't give you the answer you wanted. You've always been too good for me. Go through with the wedding." I couldn't stop myself from scrolling and I didn't see anything else about the wedding. Although I lost myself. Wait. Where are we?
I'll read this part and then continue it on, okay?
Alright.
I couldn't stop myself from scrolling up and I didn't see anything else about the wedding. I thought she was having
second thoughts about marrying me.
Yeah.
Okay, I found it. There were a ton of messages. They were in constant contact all day, every day. I noticed a lot of very lovely messages. My girlfriend always tells her friends she loves them and that they're gorgeous, but these seemed semi-sexual. I went into panic mode and my girlfriend walked in the room before I could think of things through. She asked me what was wrong because I was really pale. I just blurted out, "What's going on with Sasha? Do you not want to marry me?" We had a long argument and she ended up admitting that she was in love with Sasha. They dated for 5 years before my girlfriend and I had met, but Sasha is closeted and so they never told anyone for their close circle. Sasha broke it off the same year we met, but they're still friends. I knew my girlfriend is bi, but she never told me about a girlfriend. She admitted cheating on me with Sasha and she said she's been from the start. On her last trip to see Sasha, she told me if she wanted to be together, my girlfriend would call off the wedding, but Sasha said no. My girlfriend said she loves both me and Sasha. She said she never wanted to hurt me and always felt bad about cheating on me. But it's hard to ignore Sasha, so every time Sasha asked to come, she went. We broke up and I'm staying with my brother. I haven't told him or anyone else why we broke up. I don't even know where to start with cancelling the wedding stuff. Edit. Thanks for all the well wishes, everyone. I won't be outing Sasha no matter how shitty this was. I don't know her in any way and I don't want to see how she hasn't come out yet. I'd rather just not think about her at all. I took advice from some of the comments and sat down with my brother and sister-in-law tonight. I just said she would be cheating on me and my sister-in-law went into full type mode. She and my brother will be helping me cancelling things I paid for and getting my money back. I'm moving in with them for time because my ex's name is on the lease of the apartment, not mine. Things are rough right now, but it will be better soon.
Oh, I love the nice positive attitude.
I love that he's like calm about it.
Yeah. Must be so hurtful though. Sorry, I'm so. By the way, first of all, Sacha is such a beautiful name. I don't know why.
I feel like if this was a Am I the Arsehole, then you won it.
Hey, Thingy, who would actually be the asshole? Sasha. I don't know
Sasha.
why. Not Sasha, but the woman. But Sasha
Yeah.
would be one of the assholes. Let's start talking about it.
But the thing is, if Sasha didn't call it off, then she would have
continued. Wait, what?
If Sasha said yes, be with me,
Yeah,
then the wedding would be called off.
it would.
But it was called off either way.
Here's the thing. You had a relationship with Sasha, and then you went into another one, and now you're going back into a. You basically left a loose end there that just poisoned your about to be marriage.
The thing is, I think the reason Sasha didn't want to say yes is because she was already engaged. She was already an engaged girl. But now the thing is that that girl has lost Sasha, and she's lost.
Yeah. She deserves it though. I don't mean to be rude. Actually, I do mean to be rude. Here's the thing about cheaters. Like, I know you loved him. I know you loved her as well.
But it's like, it's one thing that holds the relationship together.
Yeah, and it's trust. And you've basically lost it.
It's one binding thing. Like, everything has one thing that breaks it apart.
Yeah.
Friendship is betrayal. Relationships could be betrayal, but it's also like trust.
It's always, literally for me, it's always been trust.
Unless it's like an open relationship. Don't cheat on this person. And the thing with open relationship, it has to be mutual with both people. Some people can't just be like, oh, I thought we were in an open relationship. And that's not how it works. It's both ways around.
Like, stop being dramatic.
It's both ways around.
Well, I'm so annoyed. Like, how is it so easy for people to cheat?
Exactly.
It's so easy for them. Like, do people just sit there and do actions without even thinking about what it may cause?
Yeah.
And sometimes you just want to be in the moment. Here's the thing. When you're in a relationship with someone, you need to be committed.
Yeah.
Like, fully committed.
There's stuff where it's like, some people use the excuse, I'm not committed enough. So I shouldn't be in this relationship. And that's the reason they break up.
Exactly.
A relationship is like a partnership. It's a compromise.
Yeah.
You both put equal amount of efforts into it.
And in the end, you get love.
Yeah.
That's literally the most beautiful thing in the world.
With some things, and this is a topic for another video, but with arranged marriages, sometimes you get married and then you fall in love. Because marriage comes with loads of compromises.
Yeah, it does.
I don't want to say there's a rule book that's binding it, but there is.
There kind of is, yeah.
Yeah. Not like strict by strict rules, but it's a thing where it's both efforts that form the relationship. That's the only way it works. Toxic relationships are if only one person is putting effort into the relationship.
Or an abusive relationship. So by the way, we're going to be talking about that in an episode that's coming straight after this one. But here's the thing that I really hate about cheating. You know what? I can almost understand the person who cheats. I can almost, like, let's say in this situation you had Sasha, you loved them both. I can almost understand it. Any other, like, situation, what the hell are you cheating for?
Yeah, but you love them both. That doesn't mean you hurt both of them.
Exactly. You not only hurt, what's his name? I don't know. You not only hurt your fiance, but you've also hurt Sasha. It's so weird, because, like...
And they've been dating for 4 years.
Exactly.
And I can understand the guilt that the girl's going through as well. Because it's been dating for 4 years, and I dated this other girl for 5 years. And it's like some people prioritize time. Yeah. Time more. This is time to do this. This is time to do that.
And I feel like during her relationship with her fiance, I think she had memories of what her old relationship was like. Yeah. I can almost understand her, but I don't. It doesn't make sense. You've hurted people.
I get what she's done, but it's wrong.
It's wrong. Nevertheless,
it's irrational.
Yeah. You should have thought it through. Like, the fact, I'm so glad. Here's the thing, I understand, like, why he scrolled through her phone is a good thing. Yeah. I respect privacy so much. In a relationship, I feel like it's a partnership. I respect privacy, but I feel like everything is shared at the moment.
Yeah. I feel like in the beginning of the relationship, by in like 6 years in to, let's say, your marriage, we should...
You share clothes. You share phones.
We should know everything about each other.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, phone passwords. it's not a thing where I'm like, I'm gonna look through your phone. It's just a thing that I'd feel more comfortable if I knew your phone password and you knew mine.
Yeah.
Like, you know my password.
You don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. I know your password.
Yeah.
You don't mind. It's just a little mutual thing that we
yeah,
trust each
yeah.
other. If I ask a guy, let's say we're married and everything, if I ask him, hey, what's your phone password? He's like, pass, I'll do it. That
It's
smallest
a bit,
thing. It's
yeah.
like, alright, I was like, okay, I'll say as a joke, oh, can you tell me your password? If he gets defensive about it, then I'd be concerned. Then I'd be like, I'm gonna look through your phone. Then I do this. It's privacy is a different thing. You have your own section. I have my own section. I have my life with my friends. You have your life with your friends.
But it's just a partnership.
Yeah. It's like
things are gonna bleed through.
So imagine you have your box and I have my box. My phone, your phone. It's more nice to know that there's like a chain attached to it.
Yeah,
I can access it.
Yeah.
Or like everything you hold, your personal stuff and stuff, is a way where I can ask you about it and you'd feel comfortable. And it's not like,
Here's the thing. You know what? I also kind of understand why people respect, they're so defensive of their privacy. Sometimes, you know, like, there are some relationships where you meet this person, is amazing, they love you, they will do anything for you, and then they suddenly change. They know your password, they know they have your trust. They'll easily break it.
It's the thing where some relationships, and this is a huge risk, it's where some relationships start without trust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a relationship where we love each other, but it's still like,
we don't have trust.
It's like the smallest things, like if I go to the bathroom and I trust you on my phone. It's the smallest things, like sometimes I would be like, yeah, what I mean?
Yeah, it's the smallest thing, like I'll go outside, I'm going out with my friends and not have you following me.
Probably not with my phone, because I'd personally be like, I've been in a relationship with you, I trust you, you can have my phone, even if you know my password or not. But if it's like, let's say, okay, huge thing, money. I have my money, or let's say I have a small figurine or a small thing. Yeah. Like my purse or something. Yeah. I give it to you and I just go somewhere, hop in somewhere. You don't realize that, but I've put a lot of trust into that. Yeah. And if it's where a relationship where I'm like, no, I can't do that, I don't trust him with my stuff, then that's where it gets a bit risky.
Yeah. And you know what? Here's the thing. In me personally, I would never, ever give my privacy away in a relationship. I'd always give it away in a marriage. Never in a relationship.
Because if that ends, then it goes away.
It goes away.
The thing is, I know divorce exists, but with marriage, it's like, I don't want to say this, but you have a label on it.
Yeah, I don't want to say it either, but it's true.
People know you're married. So when, after our marriage, you expose my secret, break our trust, yes, whatnot, if we get divorced, then at least people will know that I have trusted you. I have put effort into it. It was a marriage, it just didn't work out. Yeah.
Because when you're married, his back and your back, or her back, who's ever back, your guys' backs are attached with glue. Like, you know, it's a bit random, but I hate relationships so much. You know those type of things where you fall in love, but you've never been in a relationship. You fall in love, and like you end up getting married, but there was never a relationship. I don't know why. I love it so much.
You know, this is a very controversial thing. Can you have a boyfriend but then have a crush at the same time?
Depends what you mean by crush, because here's the thing about crush, some people confuse it with lust. If you just think that person is good looking, I feel like alright.
No, like you're in love with someone,
but you like someone else,
but you're
drawn to
someone
them
else, and it's like the fiance story, but it's the fact that they actually took part. You can like someone in a relationship, just make sure that your other person knows about it. It's not an open relationship where you're doing activities that make it an open relationship, but it's in a way where the other person has to know that, okay, I'd still like prefer if it's in a situation where it's like, imagine the best crush you've had, the person you love the most, not in like a bloodline way, biological way, person you love the most, and then this person that you're dating that you love just as much, but then that person comes and they're like, leave that person, come to me, what would you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I asked me.
Yeah.
Depends. Because I feel like how many years I've put into one person.
Yeah.
Let's say, was I in a relationship with one of them?
Yeah.
How long would you say?
Long enough for both of them to have the same amount of love.
So
you love them the same amount.
The person I'm in the relationship.
Yeah, because it's like you don't know the other person personally, but then it can hurt a lot. Because you're like, it constantly in your life, you can be like, what happened if I chose that person?
You'll keep on thinking about it. If you have an argument, I should have chosen them.
The thing is, I'm a huge overthinker sometimes.
You are.
And I'm just like, what would happen if I made this? Because you have there's this theory where every time you make a decision, it splits into another parallel.
Yeah.
It splits into another parallel universe or whatnot. And I'm like, where would I be in each universe if I changed it? And then the guilt that comes after that.
Yeah. You know what I think? I don't know. Are you more spiritual or religious? What would you say? I'd say I'm more religious. I used to be very spiritual, but I feel like I'm more religious.
I think they both come together, to be honest.
They do.
Yeah.
But I feel like, let's say, if I like, my life, it's written by faith, and I just have to follow through it. That's spiritual. Whereas if you think, my life, every single decision that I make has been written by God, that's religious.
The thing is, I'd like to know that there's someone out there.
I'm religious, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm both, a bit of both. But mostly I think I'm religious because I feel like knowing that someone's out there, it really puts you together. It gives you hope.
It reassures you, honestly, yeah.
And it's like regret and stuff.
Like,
yeah.
You're sometimes, you know what, I get embarrassed of so many things. I feel like it was one of the points where in younger where I was going through something and I didn't tell anyone because I was embarrassed of it. And it's a bit like I look back to it now and I'm just like, what was there to be embarrassed for? And I realize I'm still embarrassed of it. But when you have like God or like someone there,
God's like, you're never alone.
Yeah.
If you could be in the toughest time, but you could be like, there's still this chance that there is someone listening to me. There's still this chance that this is happening for a reason.
Yeah.
And people obviously have different beliefs about religion, but all of them come to one end thing, that this person's helping us.
Yeah.
And they're like our savior and stuff.
We're getting so off topic. We keep doing that. But Chandrika, tell me like one main thing that you would like in a relationship slash marriage.
Probably marriage, because relationships are a very big stretch.
Or like what one main thing? Like we have trust, we have romance, we have spending time,
romance,
everything.
And comedy, humor. That person has to have humor. If they are not funny.
Oh, but you're funny. You'll carry it out.
Yeah, but it's so dead when the otame person isn't funny, man. It's just standing there like ha. I'm cracking on the jokes. Can you please? It's the same thing with effort. There should be a balance in relationships. I know they say opposites attract, but if I have a lot of humor and you have zero. And every time I make a joke, you're just like ha. What am I there for? It makes you feel useless. It's like, I'm not putting any effort into this.
One of the main things. Don't judge me. I feel like trust is big, but romance. No, I don't mean it in a way like...
It makes sense that you say that. But without romance, it's not really a relationship. It's like a friendship.
I don't mean it in a way like... Can I say certain things? I don't mean it in a way like sexually. I mean it in a way like you have a long day at work. Yeah. You've done your things. You always have someone to go back home to. You're someone that so warm that you're gonna walk through the door before you even open the door. They're gonna hug you.
Yeah, it's a good thing with family, because the thing is, I want to live alone at some point because I know eventually when I get old or whatnot, it's gonna happen. And probably the thing that I fear the most is getting old. Because I don't want, you know how some people are like, I want to get older when adults do this. Yeah, I was a kid like that as well. And then there's some times where I'm like, I don't want to be very old to the point that stuff gets hard for me. Yeah, because being old is kind of like being back to a baby. The thing with a baby is that's you born. That's your consciousness. But later on is when you realize it. And especially when you're very futile, when you're very fragile.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't do this. And at some point, it's like your kids are going to have to go. And maybe your loved one goes. Then you're alone. You have you have nobody.
No one.
And with having no one, again, you're in that dark circle. But then you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
If something happens to you, who are you going to call?
Exactly.
What are you going to do? And it's again with grandkids. I don't want them to neglect me, be resistant to me. And the thing is, I used to be very close to my grandma, but now I'm getting a bit further away from her. Like, I used to talk to her a lot because I was small, and like whenever I'd meet her, and I was very close to my granddad as well, but obviously.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's just like I've noticed I've been talking to her less and less, and I'd be talking to her like once, every 3 months, 4 months. And whenever I talk to her, it would be in a way where it would be kind of forceful. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to be close to this person, but it's like just moved away. And then I feel sorry for her. Because I'm like, this is all the effort you've put into your life, and it's just slowly fading away from you.
True.
I'm glad she has other grandkids, like my cousins, who are much more better than me.
Don't say that.
No, but they talk to her and stuff. And they're close to her and stuff. And I'm like, I'm glad she has that. But if I was the only one, then I'd feel so ashamed of myself.
You know, I want to say 2 things. One is about family, and one, you know what song I'm on about, the one I wrote and sang last year.
Oh
in the
yeah.
summer. You know how you talked about adulthood and like childhood and everything?
Yeah.
I feel like when we're children, we're so excited. Because I'll just explain my story. While I was a child, like a very young one, 6'5", my sister was a teenager. I used to look up to her. I used to be really jealous of her, I'm not going to lie. I used to be. And I feel like when you're a child, you want to be a teenager. When you're a teenager, you just want to move from that, have a bit more responsibility and be adult. When you're an adult, you sometimes go look back and you're like, oh, I remember when I was a teenager.
Now that when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teenager, and now that I'm a teenager, part of me wants to be adult, but part of me wants to
go back to childhood. Saying,
because I'm like, you don't realize how easy you had it then.
Exactly.
Take the amount of stuff you used to do and triple it, quadruple it.
Exactly.
It's so much more harder.
Yeah. I feel like main thing about teenagerhood, you get, oh my god, so influenced by high school that you just are a completely different person. And in my opinion, I think you have to get your heart broken in order to become stronger. But it's...
I feel like me in primary school is so different to me now.
Same.
If I saw this thing from Anna Paul, and she explained that, imagine you feel ugly about yourself. And then 5-year-old you comes in. And then and then everything you feel ugly about yourself, that 5-year-old self says to you.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, my cheeks are too chubby, I have too much fat on my stomach. Imagine that 5-year-old self to you was like, my cheeks are so fat, I have so fat. And then you're like, well, you'd be like, no, don't do that to yourself and stuff. But then she was like, that 5-year-old self is still inside of you.
Exactly.
It's not gone anywhere.
Yeah. And you know, there was this one thing about therapists that was like, some therapists say this, they're like, take a picture of you when you were super, super younger, stick it in your mirror. Whenever you have some crap to talk about yourself, remember, you're saying it to her.
The thing is, me seeing myself now when I was smaller, it's like, I don't want to say this is toxic and psychotic, but whenever I'd look at my younger self, I'd just tell myself what went wrong. What changed? Because she used to be so bubbly.
Same.
She used to laugh so much. She used to have the most fun in life. And now it's like she looks completely different. She let herself do it. And I don't want to be like anything influence this, but I've like completely let myself go.
Yeah, same. I look back at myself and I'm like, who was she? I look up to her.
And I'm like, child me, how are you more put together than myself right now?
Exactly.
I have dreams and I have stuff like that. But when it comes to my thoughts, they've changed completely. I worry about stuff that child me would actually call me like dumb. Like, why are you worrying about
if the childhood version of me saw me right now, she would be insulting me every single day.
She'd be like, I took care of myself, why can't you do the same?
Exactly.
And it'd be a point, the reason they'd be angry is like, I've put effort into this as well. Probably not as much as you, but the amount of effort that you've put into this, and to the point that it's like, because when you get older, you have stuff like, oh, I have to work out, I have to go to the gym, I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to make sure I'm appealing to everyone else.
Yeah.
But as a kid,
you never think about yourself.
And I saw this episode of The Simpsons as well. One of the main girls, Lisa Simpson, she gained a bit of fat, and then her mum was like, someone's getting chunky, and that word, it just stuck with her forever. And I know this is getting super off topic to like insecurities and stuff, but it's like it makes you think, and like this is all the stuff that I overthink at night and stuff, and I think that's what affects my sleep. And my dreams, I'm super messed up.
It's a whole different topic. We're gonna do it.
About this another time. Please remind me. I don't think my dreams are human. I think some aliens hijack my brain.
Mine are not human as well, but they're not as like as yours.
Yeah, I know. It's weird, and I'm like, I don't want to go to a sleep therapist, but it's not concerning either. Because obviously, okay, I'm just gonna talk about it now, to be honest.
No, because it's interesting enough to talk.
I don't feel like it could lengthen into a whole episode.
We'll talk about dreams and we'll talk about sleep.
It went to the point where I went on Instagram and I googled like sleep doctors and stuff like that, because I was like, I think there's something wrong with me, but at the same time I don't want them to dissect my brain being like, okay, this is it. But I want them to check it out, be like, okay, this is the reason, because I want to say it's because of stress, and I think it's because of stress, but when you tell people that you have stress, they're like, oh, you're just saying it for this and that and that, and it's like, I have stress, but probably stress comes in different levels. The smallest things I stress about, but with adults they're like, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. Yeah, it's the amount of it that you stress with.
Oh god, like you know what, here's the thing, you know about stress, family helps so much with it.
Your family?
Oh, that's
my family, it calms me down, but at the end of the day I don't share anything with them. I don't.
Here's the thing, I only share a problem once I've dealt with it. You know what, when you were on about the family stuff, and like when you were talking about your grandma, you know, my mum's side of grandma and my dad's side of grandma, my god, I'm so proud of them. I literally, where the roots they've started from, I can't say too much about it because it's a bit too personal, but I feel like my grandfather, my great-grandfather, I love them so much, and like the fact that I haven't seen them in 8 years and they're in a whole different country, I just want to go back to them and hug them. They mean the world to me, and I'm so like, you know what, my from my mum's side, my mum's father, basically, what he tells me, he's always, because he values education so much, and you know, in India, like women are seen as like more of a household type of thing, but he was never like this. He was like, anyone can steal anything from you, but no one can steal your education, and I took that to heart.
It's with my family, they are the most amazing people in the world. I love them to bits. The amount of effort they put into me, the amount they love me. Like if I ask my dad for something, he'll listen to me. If I be like, oh, I want this, he'll be like, okay, it's fine, just do something in exchange for it, just because he wants me to know the value of stuff as well. But it's like, at the end of the day, I can't really share anything with them, because it's again I have 2 brothers and they're much older than me.
I feel like if you had a sister, would you share it with her?
It depends on it. I would. Definitely.
I'm so grateful for my sisters and my family.
The thing is, with my parents, I share a lot of stuff with my mum, actually, now that I've realised it. But none of my school stuff, or none of the stuff that affects me personally. Like in primary school, I used to get bullied a lot. But I haven't told anyone this.
Except me.
Okay, I've told it to my friends, but I haven't told it to my family. And it's the stuff like, what makes me think about a lot is that you know more about me than my family actually does. But then they know more about me in other ways that you actually do. They've learned from my actions. You can learn from someone's personality, but then it's a different thing where they're your family. Let's say they've gone uni for 4 years, they come back as a different person. I've known this person for 18 years, and I'm changing the topic completely. I've known this person for 18 years. 4 years later, they come back. This is someone else.
Exactly.
But the same person's still inside of them. It's just like, I saw, you know, the horror movie Insidious. I don't think you've seen it.
I haven't, but talk about it anyway.
I watched it when I was, I think, 11. My brother forced me to watch it. I was traumatized. Couldn't sleep for days.
You know what movie traumatized forever?
What?
In Italy, I was like 6. We had to watch the Holocaust. I watched it. It was like full on vomit, naked, haircut, everything. I had nightmares for days.
The thing is the fact that it's true as well.
Yeah, it was so about Anne Frank.
That's the reason I loved history so much, because I found this stuff so fascinating, and I was like, in a way, I want to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
And what was I saying before? I completely forgot.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's the reason I loved history so much, and it was because this stuff is true. It's happened, and like when you watch a movie, at the end it says based on true story.
Exactly.
It changes. The
it changes
whole thing.
Everything.
Because you're like, people have lived through this.
Yeah.
And when I see a movie and it says based on true, I research those people to bits. I'm like, what happened? How did it happen? Because they changed some stuff in the movie. I want to know what's true. Because the most thing that I value in life, but I also despise, is curiosity.
Yep.
Because I want to know this thing. Again, it's with the phone password thing that I said before. With the phone password thing, I would be curious to see what's on that phone. But then again, I respect that person's privacy, this, not that. I know my brother's phone password. I go on his phone and snoop like every other day. I'm not gonna lie.
But I know my sister's password. But my sisters and me, here's the thing. Before we're about to snoop in each other's phone, we'll tell each other. We'll ask each other. We never ever... I love my sisters to bits, and like I feel like that's something... I'm so grateful, honestly. Like the type of people...
The thing is, yeah, my brother's messages are so boring. I read like 3 and I was like, I'm about to go to sleep now. The most of the time that I use his phone is because my phone's gone taken away and I need something to watch YouTube on.
The TV, bruv, that you...
TV, my dad's watching... My mum's put Gurbani on, or my dad's watching some movie.
Okay, I know we got off topic a lot, but it just somehow links together, you know?
This audio has been going on for 36 minutes.
Okay, we'll just add this in the moment. Do you want to make an episode about parents? Because we'll talk about it there.
I feel like that's too personal.
Are you more of a mom person or more of a dad person?
Dad.
Same. Because, I love my parents equally, but me and my dad have just a complete different...
It's like... I love them both. But me and my dad's personality link more. Like... Yeah. It's like... I know it's genes, like who have you gone towards more, but it's also personality as well. Yeah.
I'm more... my genes and my personality has more gone to my mom. But for some reason, I'm so, like, linked with my dad. I don't know why.
Because I feel like my dad's more forgiving than my mum. My mum's got a bit of a temper. The smallest things can, like, get her a bit angry, but my dad's there.
I love your mom.
To relax. You see, I hate when you say that, because it makes me think that I don't love her enough. With my dad, it's like, I feel like the stuff I say, and the most stuff I say, is gone towards my oldest brother.
Oh,
my things. What is it? My cousins say as well that you've gone mostly towards your older brother. Like, and they say I look like him as well.
Which you do. You know what? My family says that I've gone more to my pua, which is basically my dad's sister, and it's so true. When she came over to my house, we laughed, we cracked. She has the same exact protective personality. We both are so protective, so like she's so funny. I'm not funny, but she's so funny.
I feel like I've gone towards my brother and my brother's gone towards my dad. You know, some person.
Some person.
I know them. I'm just not gonna say how, because that's like a whole different story. But they said that this was, I think, a couple weeks ago. Yeah. They said I was sitting behind. They said that I've went towards my grandfather, and I got so happy. I was so happy because he was, honestly, I don't remember him that much because he died when I was like 6. But I remember every time I went to India to meet him, I wouldn't say hi to anyone. I'd be like, get lost, and I just ran straight into his lap. And I feel like the thing that keeps me going is knowing that if he's still there, if he saw me now, how would we feel? Whenever I'm about to make a bad decision, whenever I'm about to do something wrong, I'm like, what would he say?
You know what sucks?
What?
Is that I'm more closer to my great-great-grandfather than my grandfather. Me and my grandfather has such a weird relationship. Like, he died, but, like, I don't know, it's so weird. Like, it was so, like, I don't know how to say it. It felt professional. It felt professional. But my relationship with my great-great-grandfather, and the thing is, he died and I didn't even know he was my great-grandfather. That's how ridiculous it was.
Alright.
We've talked a lot today.
We're gonna end it there.
Yep.
Alright. Bye.
Wee wee.